Hello, I'm Jill at engVid, and today we have a lesson on spellings and how they can be different between American spellings and British UK spellings. Okay, so we have a few examples. This is just the first part of the lesson on the board. We will have some more partway through, so do stay with us. So the first three example types are certain types of spelling where they are different. So on the left-hand side, we have the UK or British English spelling, and on the right-hand side, we have the American spelling. Okay, so, and they're in three categories here. So the first category is quite a well-known one already. OUR, words ending OUR, in American spelling are just OR with no U in it. So we have the word colour and colour. There's no difference to the pronunciation apart from the fact that American speakers tend to sound the R, whereas British speakers don't. So colour, at the end, but probably colour. So you would hear more R sound, but that's nothing to do with the different spelling. It's just to do with the different American pronunciation of the letter R. So more or less, it's the same sound, but the spelling is different. So we have colour, honour, humour, and labour. They're just four examples. There are more, but these are just some examples to show you how it works. Okay, so that's OUR to OR. And then another group of spellings are words like licence, which in the UK is spelt with a C. Well, this is if it's a noun, that is. This is a bit confusing, but licence, the actual licence, I have a television licence, I would spell it like this as a noun. But in American spelling, it's spelt with an S. The confusing thing is that the verb to license something in the UK is actually spelt with an S. So this is where some confusion comes up, because the noun in the UK is spelt with a C, but the verb in the UK is spelt with an S. So it's the same with the word like practice. If I do my piano practice, that's a noun, and it would be a C. But if someone says to me, are you going to practice the piano today? That's a verb, and it would be spelt with an S instead of a C. So there is a little bit of confusion with some words like license and practice, which we don't have written up here. So this is from ence to ense there. So we have license, defence. Again, it's a noun. So in the American, I think there's a government department of defence, and they spell it with an S. But in UK spelling, it's with a C. And then offence, to cause an offence, or a crime can be described as an offence. That is an offence. To throw rubbish on the pavement is an offence. So in the UK, that's spelt with a C. In America, it's spelt with an S. Okay. And then the third final section in this part of the lesson is where we have a double L in the UK spelling, so travelling, and in the American spelling, there's just one L. Again, there's no difference in pronunciation. Travelling. You can also have travelled, the past form, just like here we have ed. Travelled would also be with one L in the American spelling, two L's in the UK spelling. Cancelled, and similarly, cancelling would be double L, and cancelling, one L. Okay. And then modelling, modelled would be the same, double L, one L. And then this word marvellous, two L's in UK spelling, one L in the American spelling. Okay, so in this second part of the lesson, we have some more examples of different spellings. So again, we've got UK on this side and American on this side. So this section is where instead of an S in the spelling at the end of the word, we have a Z or a Z, as Americans call it. We'll come to that at the end. But so apologise, if you say sorry about something, you apologise with an S in the UK, but with a Z in America. Organise, S and Z. Recognise, again, S and Z. So those are ISE to IZE, and then there are some words which are YSE to YZE. So we've got analyse in the UK spelling and analyse American spelling. Again, there's no change in pronunciation at all. And then paralyse with an S, paralyse with a Z. Okay. And then the next section, in the UK, a word like archaeology, we have an AE together, but in the American spelling, it's just an E. So archaeology is just archaeology. But again, there's not any real difference in pronunciation of that. Okay. And then paediatric, which is to do with, in medical terms, the treatment of children in hospital or by doctors. So paediatric, AE in UK spelling, and just one E, paediatric in American spelling, but no different pronunciation. And then this one, this is a French word, and there are two differences with this one. There's the OE, so we have OE to E as well as AE to E. Maneuver, when you move something around, or in the army, soldiers go on manoeuvres where they're sort of training and practicing doing things, so they're moving around and doing stuff. So that's a French word. So in French it would be pronounced manœuvre, but we changed the pronunciation to sound more English, maneuver. So that has an OE, and it ends with an RE, because that's the French spelling. But in the American spelling, we just have an E rather than OE, and then the RE changes to ER, maneuver, but it doesn't sound much different, apart from perhaps the final R in American, maneuver, so you would hear more of an R from an American speaker. Okay, and then finally, this final section here is words that end OGUE in UK spelling, can be just OG. It's a bit variable. You can have exactly the same spelling in American. I think some people spell it just OG. Other people in America spell it OGUE. I think, there are two possible spellings there. But in the UK, we definitely spell these OGUE. So analog, analog. Pronunciation is the same. Catalogue, catalogue. Dialogue, dialogue. Okay, but as I say, it's variable, so you could have UE spelling in the American version as well. It depends. Different people spell different ways. Okay, and then finally, as I said up here, the letter Z, which we pronounce like Z in the UK, is pronounced Z in America. So A to Z, rather, we say A to Z. The alphabet goes from A to Z. But in America, the alphabet goes from A to Z. Okay, so I hope that's been a useful look at some differences in spelling. And there's a quiz on this for you to do. So if you go to the website, engVid.com, and have a go at the quiz, see if you can get full marks, recognising the different spellings. And I'll see you again soon. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.